And welcome back to another live explosion of audio sounds and orgasmic influence. BTI on the road. We're at the International American Mall of America in Indianapolis. Not to be mistaken with the Mall of America in Minneapolis. I'm your host, D-Lo with the Jufro, and this is my co-host,
Jacobo Lowrider.
And we're riding low.
We are riding low. How are you doing this wondrous evening?
I'm good. I'm glad they kept the mall open for us.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, the guys are staring at us again.
I was going to ask, are they aware that we're here?
Freddie was supposed to call him, but then Freddie didn't come on this trip, so...
Yeah, well,
Well, to Fred.
All right, we're doing shots out of Pepsi bottles.
It's always the first one.
Yeah.
Cuts the hardest.
It always does.
First cut is the deepest.
Wasn't that a Sheryl Crow song or something? First cut is the...
Right, before she started working for PETA, ruining animal commercials for me.
I'm so sick of PETA. Fuck off.
Fuck PETA.
What are your thoughts about malls? Are these going to exist in the next 5 to 10 years?
Probably not. I would say 95% of retail shopping as we know it will cease to exist within the next 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around, and there's really no reason to show up here. Like, you got Foot Locker. I can order my shoes online.
Yep.
What else am I looking at? I got Cinnabon. I guess I could. I mean, I don't really need to go to a mall to get Cinnabon.
You could have it delivered to your house and not even have to leave.
Don't they sell, like, Cinnabon at Taco Bell now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Fucking kid won't shut up.
There's they have the Legos store here, so that's kind of cool. I like Legos.
Yeah, GameStop, all these,
I can just buy video games on my Switch.
Yeah, you don't even need a disc anymore.
No.
Or cartridge or whatever they're called now. Pretty much 95% of the things we can buy here, we can probably order on Amazon. I think the only thing that we can't buy here is an Amazon gift card.
I feel like you probably could somewhere. Is there like a gift card shop here?
I don't know.
That'd be smart.
This is my first time.
First timer?
One thing I do love about malls is the smell of the food court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, you got me. The hot dog on a stick.
Yeah, that's hard to replicate, although I was told that they just pump that smell into the food court, that it's not a real smell.
It's like some Disneyland manipulation shit.
Yeah.
Well,
what would make this smell?
Where can I buy this scent machine?
What is the smell that I'm smelling? The food. If I could choose one scent for my car, it would be the food court of the mall.
If I had one wish.
That leads me to one of my questions here.
Okay.
What's your theme song and why?
My theme song. Have you ever heard Hulk Hogan's theme song? Real American? I am a real
Probably
American. Yeah, come out to that. Anytime somebody asks me like what your theme song is, I just picture myself like going down the wrestling, the WWE ramp, and like, what do you want to come out to? And
fucking baby won't shut up. You hear it?
Dude, I fucking hate babies.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how you've been flipping off babies since we were like 10 years old?
We can. First, I want to say my theme song is In the Stone by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's a jam. I'll show it to you.
You mind singing that for me?
I found a love beside a key. Doom, 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 but I'm part of something, you and me. They're putting coins in the hat now. Thank you. We have a tip jar. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
What was that last question? Babies?
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
Why have you been flipping them off?
I've been flipping off babies for the past 18, 19 years now, simply to be the first person in someone's life to flip them off. I remember thinking about it when we were, 12, 13, and I just thought it was a great privilege. Mm-hmm. I thought I would grow out of it.
Nope.
And it's something that I find myself doing when I can. Now, of course, when you're 12, 13, you can get away with a lot. So now I have to just get them sparingly. I maybe get like 5 to 6 a year.
Okay. That's respectable.
Just to feed the urge. Because if it was up to me, I'd flip off every baby I saw. But as a 30-something-year-old man, flipping off a baby in 2023...
It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon, and you might catch a case.
You might fight somebody's dad.
That I'm okay with. That's something I was willing to accept.
Fucking flip off my baby?
Yeah, from the jump. From the jump, I knew that I might have to fight someone's dad.
Hey, my dude, you just flip my baby off. My boy, you just flipped my baby off.
Yeah, what I didn't think about was being an adult and the ramifications that go behind anything with children these days. So I stay away from them.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
And I just get my ones in. Typically, like if I can hop in an elevator with a baby... and their parents.
The baby's unattended.
Someone just left their baby in the stroller in the elevator, and I took advantage and just flipped them off 130 times. Got the next 6 years out of the way.
Okay.
But no, I guess it doesn't count because then after I flipped them off the first time, anything after that wasn't their first time being flipped off. So
True.
it's I wouldn't call it a fetish. It's just a fun thing I
fetish.
do.
It's just a fetish for flipping off babies.
A little fun thing I do. You've tried it before.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. I still do it to this day. Any opportunity I get. I've been caught a few times, and I just shrug it off. Like, what are you going to do about it, lady?
You just look them in the eye and say yes. Did you
did
flip
it.
my kid up? Yes.
Yep, I did. Or you can make them feel stupid. Like, what are you talking about?
What?
Like, you sound very insecure right now.
Sir, look at my hands. I don't have middle fingers.
Yeah,
they were blown off in Nam.
You just gaslight them.
What are you talking? I don't have hands, sir.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I'm actually getting offended. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave before this escalates.
What are you, a racist?
What are you, a racist against people? Uh-oh, someone's stealing.
Yeah. I'm going to steal at the mall.
Run!
They got some shoes.
Yeah, Foot Locker Express.
Got some Reeboks, the pumps.
What's the biggest thing you've... God, you can turn it off now. Oh, now they're doing the Braille. Or is it Morse code?
Morse code.
There we go.
There we go.
What's something like the biggest thing you've stolen from a mall?
Oof. I haven't really stolen too much.
You didn't have like a thievery phase?
Was that kleptomania?
A kleptomaniac?
I don't. I'm sure. I mean, I know that I've stolen things, usually at knife point. But like, I mean, I don't think I've ever really stolen anything from a mall. I guess I technically robbed somebody for a PSP when I was like 15.
At a mall?
Not at a mall.
Oh.
But I don't really think I've ever stolen anything from a mall just because there's too much security. It's like I'm probably going to want to continue hanging out at this mall.
True.
So.
I think my biggest things were clothes. You just put a bunch on and walk out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
It's just a couple of shirts.
It's a couple shirts. No big deal.
No big deal. Couple pairs of pants.
No biggie.
Put on 2 pairs of shoes. One around your neck.
You got it, man.
Trying to think what else. I know I've stolen a lot of shit in my day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, specifically at malls. I think it was just clothes. Oh man, watch tonight when I'm sitting back in my mansion. I'm gonna be thinking about this conversation.
At the manor.
At the manor. Our manor. we get a PJ, a private jet, back to the manor after this.
It's also our butler's name, PJ.
Yeah, PJ, and our pilot, PJ the pilot,
yep.
PJ the butler. All of our
Paul
staff
Janowski.
Paul Giamatti.
Giamatti.
Yeah, we decided after the last trip to the Piggly Wiggly that we're not going to drive anymore. We're just going to use our private jet. And, of course, it's doing wonders for the ecosystem. I'm thinking about just starting a consistent trash fire in my backyard.
Okay.
Where I'm constantly just polluting the air day after day after day.
You got to do your part. You have to do your part.
I'm trying to crash this ship while we can.
Yeah.
I want the world to burn. Well,
I want to watch the ozone layer burn in front of my eyes.
I'm going to... Exactly.
I want the methane. Is that what is the cow shit? We have to breed more and more cows.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For consumption purposes, because fuck PETA.
Absolutely.
As well as destroying the ozone layer. I actually have a system set up at home. I'll show you when we get back. It's a little invention I 3D printed to where it consistently pushes down a can of air spray. So even when I leave, it's constantly spraying air spray, and then I have a robot arm that puts a new can in when it's out.
That's genius.
I'm just doing my part to fuck the world up. One can of Aquanet at a time.
You gonna puff on that?
I might get a couple of hits of an expired can at the end of a session. If I'm home, which we haven't been off, and recently, once we got the private jet, we flew to New York for a bagel. Jake was like, I just want to try an authentic Jewish bagel. I was like, we can get that at the grocery store.
I wanted one of those fun, silly ones with everything. It wasn't good.
No.
I had lox on it, which I think is just thinly sliced salmon.
Yeah. Not that great. Jewish food is not... They're not known for their culinary.
Speaking of Jewish people, what do Israel and leukemia have in common?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
They're both responsible for killing innocent children.
Oh. Who's Israel kill? Oh.
Palestinians.
Free Palestine. Damn. Well, that just ruined my mood.
Well, that just got us demonetized immediately.
I'm going to go sit in the sharper image and see if I can get one of those massage chairs to blow me.
There you go. You guys got any one of those massage fleshlight chairs around here?
Yeah, I'd like to try the tester.
Just the communal fleshlight. Jesus. Okay, well, we got some topics from our loving audience. People love us. People love us.
I got to say, a lot of people really love us.
Everybody's saying this.
A lot of great people have been saying a lot of great things.
Everybody's saying this.
The best people.
The best. The best. Now, what do you think about Netflix? And they're going to cut off the whole sharing thing. Remember this?
I think by doing that, they're going to lose a good chunk of people. I don't think the losses are going to outweigh, or I'm sorry, I don't think the potential new customers are going to outweigh the potential losses.
Well, they're trying to mitigate their losses because people are leaving Netflix because the quality of their shows is declining. So what they're doing, they're raising prices first of all. Like just for like one person, I think is now like $15-$16.
Jesus.
And now, if you want to have up to 4 accounts, beginning in March, it's going to be $20.99.
Oh, okay. I mean,
but if you say that you're letting your mom use your login, they're going to check the IP address, and if it's not connected to your Wi-Fi, they're going to ban her device outright.
Well,
and
sorry, Mom.
And if they accidentally ban one of your devices, you now need to call Netflix support. Like, it's not like you can't just like chat online.
Oh man.
You need to like call somebody and talk to them.
Okay.
And explain yourself.
Do you know how long I've been using my mom's? I've been using my mom's Netflix since Netflix was a thing.
You're cut off.
That's fucked up, dude. I mean, I hope it's just Netflix that's doing that.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, they're gonna like all the other streamers are gonna see pretty quickly like this is a really bad idea.
You know, take your L's because at least you're getting eyes on your content.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna lose the majority, maybe not the majority, but they're gonna lose a huge chunk of their subscribers because if I ever needed to call Netflix, be like,
oh no,
like dude, if I was just trying to log in, say I was high after a long day trying to watch fucking Trailer Park Boys or something, and I go to click and it's like your account has been banned. Because wrong IP address, because of their mistake, I'm not going to want to call Netflix. I'm going to want to cancel. Like, I don't have the patience for that shit.
And you got to think they are going to lose the majority of the eyes on their screen.
Yep.
Most people share their logins not from the same IP address. So let's say, 75% of the accounts have more than one person on it, and now can only resort to just the one person. All those other people, and they can no longer watch Netflix, and you're going to charge us more to have our own individual accounts. You got to think, is Netflix really worth it? I don't really think it. I honestly, if I had to pay for Netflix myself, I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it.
I don't think it wasn't worth it.
Not $21.
No, like right now I'm using my mom's, and it's just because she's like, I have an extra account, you can hop on. But prior to that, I canceled Netflix in lieu of HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I'd rather watch HBO because they've got some of my favorite shows. Netflix doesn't really have much that I'm interested in beyond the first 5 seasons of Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and Trailer Park Boys. What else is on there that like I need to see?
I mean, it depends on your interest. The Walking Dead's on there right now. They do drop some great documentaries from time to time. Don't Fuck with Cats is a goddamn hitter.
It's a good one. I got Seinfeld, if you like Seinfeld.
I don't.
That's a big one.
Tiger King, I mean, that was a hitter. They hit you with
3 years ago.
I know, but they do hit you with some good documentaries every now and then. I don't know. It's just always been on the rotation. Like, I've never thought of a life where Netflix isn't a thing, but at $21 a month, being one of the, 10 streaming services I have, I don't know if I'll be able to justify, especially if everyone starts picking up the same Steam, and now I'm paying $20 per streaming service. I might as well have satellite at that point.
HBO just went up, too. It's like $17 now. So they're just raising it across the board, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
In fact, I mean, this has just become cable at this point.
Yeah. I mean, and that was predicted years ago.
People
were saying, that was going to be the case.
And it happened. And I'm over it.
It's because everyone wants their own service, instead of...
Knock it off.
Yeah, instead of teaming up, like everyone, if it was just like Netflix, Hulu, and I would say Prime, that's all.
All right, what the fuck's on Prime? Like, that's not...
they've got some good shows. Plus, Prime is kind of a vessel to other platforms like HBO. Like, you can get the HBO extension on Prime. Same with Hulu.
Yeah, but it's like the same price as just buying or subscribing to HBO Max.
But you also get Prime.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, Netflix, you guys are fucking up, and I'm sure all the people here in this mall do not appreciate it.
If we took one guy with the mustache that's staring at me, it looks like he appreciates it. Do you work at Netflix?
No, the guy couldn't get hired, but he hopes that he'll get hired one day.
Don't we all?
Now, I had a story I wanted to talk about here. Now, today, maybe not today, a few days ago, there was a double amputee that was shot by police as he fled on his stumps. This was a headline. So this guy, there's a video too, I'll show you momentarily. This gentleman hops out of his wheelchair and he starts running on his stumps when he told his mother he was just going to McDonald's. Now, the cops did not try to tase him or tackle him or anything of that nature. They immediately just shot him several times in the abdomen.
I mean, where else could they shoot?
Yikes. Okay.
I mean, they couldn't shoot him in the leg. Hold on. He had no legs, no arms?
Just no legs. He did have a large butcher knife. Gotcha. And I learned later that this was not in the initial article that I read, but he had stabbed a random person in the lungs.
Oh, my God.
And they later died from blood in their lungs.
How did he get to the height of someone's lungs?
He was in a wheelchair, so maybe he stood up on the stumps in the wheelchair.
Jesus.
But yeah, like his mom's like, somebody needs to do something, acting like trying to rile up the troops.
Yeah, you should have raised your kid better.
Why is he stabbing people in the lungs on the street?
Where was this?
I'm not sure where it was. It was definitely America.
It was probably in Florida.
It's a good possibility. It could have been Baltimore.
How much would I have to pay you to live in Florida full time?
I would actually. I would consider living in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, I'd live in Florida.
Just the amount of people you'd have to deal with.
You know what? Florida seems beautiful. The people there, they're a little iffy, but I think there's a few states I would consider living in. One of them being Florida. Sure. Smoke some dope in the mall.
That's fine. Security's gonna kick us out at some point, anyways.
I would live in Arizona, like Tucson. It's up in the mountains, a little bit cooler. I would somewhere in the south. Maybe not Tejas.
Tennessee, I heard, is pretty cool.
Tennessee looks dope. I'd probably go to Kentucky. I'd live in Kentucky, and probably not full time or for the rest of my life. But yeah, I'd spend a few years out there just to see what it's like, and then maybe one of the Carolinas for fun.
No desire to be like in a metropolitan.
No, I'm not a big city gal.
No. You're getting real stupid today in the mall.
Just so you guys at home know, I am smoking on some pot, and now I'm taking a shot.
Dude, I'm going to get fucking Mongolian barbecue. You think they have Mongolian barbecue in Indianapolis?
The worst Mongolian barbecue of your life.
When's the last time you've been in Indiana?
My grandpa lived there towards the end of his life. But I've never been here before today, so it's a terrible place. Not a whole lot of hopes and dreams out in Indiana.
We should go to Gary after this.
No, we should not.
We should go really late at night and walk around. You wear all blue and I'll wear all red.
That sounds great. Great idea.
And then we just start saying fuck random street names while we're there. Like, fuck Townsend Street. And see what happens.
Names, streets named after, like, presidents are usually a good one.
Fuck Jefferson Street.
Fuck Grover.
Ugh.
Harrison.
Fuck, my drink wasn't done and I'm ashing in it already. God damn it.
Smart. Okay. All right, Netflix is a piece of shit. Fuck them. Oh, I did want to talk to you a little bit about, have you ever seen that video of Michael Jackson where he paid a grocery store for extras so he could feel like a normal person and go shopping at a grocery store?
It's fucking bizarre.
That is absolutely. It looks like something straight out of North Korea.
It really is, because it does not look real. Damn, I am really pissed about this grapefruit. But that kind of goes to show how fucked up his life was, man. Like, he had never. Here you go. You're good. He had never been able to grocery shop as an adult without getting mauled by fans.
Yeah, but his idea of like a normal grocery shopping trip was just insane. Like, that video is fucking weird. I'll throw some clips in. But yeah, you've got like that one dude who's like putting something on Michael Jackson's head, and he's just like, It's. I
didn't see that.
I watched the whole video. It's fucking very strange.
I mean, he doesn't know how to grocery shop.
Yeah, I know. But that was just like his idea, which I think is even a little bit stranger.
Yeah, I mean, the guy built like a fucking playground, or not playground, but a amusement park in his house.
Was he a chomo? You think so? Like deep in your heart?
In my heart of hearts, I really don't.
You just think he's a weirdo?
I just think he's a weird fucking dude with a lot of money who put himself in very vulnerable positions, and one person got a bright idea, and then people just started following suit after they saw that person got paid millions of dollars with minimal resistance.
He was very talented. I will give him that.
For sure, but he just kept putting himself in situations. I don't know, but then, it's not like the R. Kelly thing, right, where there's just like tons of evidence and tons of women coming out. Michael Jackson, there's been four or five boys who are now adults that have come out, and once they got paid, they never talked about it again. They never brought it up. I don't know. I would think as a parent, there wouldn't be a monetary amount for me to shut the fuck up. I don't know. How much would it cost you to shut the fuck up about your kid being raped? If you really believe your kid was raped. I don't
think I would take a payment.
Right?
I'd probably kill the guy.
I mean, let's say you're an honorable citizen. You can't. That's not an option.
Yeah,
What's the amount of money?
I don't think I'm going to see options. I'm just going to see red. And you're probably going to kill somebody.
I mean,
but there are very unscrupulous individuals out there that probably would accept a payment. They probably do it to their kids themselves. Who knows?
That's true.
Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I don't know if he did.
That's the thing. It's really hard to. For one, he's dead. So it's really hard to get anyone else's or his side of the story. Mm-hmm. For two, he was never found guilty. Mm-hmm. They got fucking Bill Cosby dead to rights.
He's out. He's actually about to go on tour this year.
Oh shit! I mean, he at least still served some time.
Sure. Bill Cosby served hard time. It's fucking weird to think about. And he's about to do a new tour.
Are you gonna go?
I would probably go just for the spectacle. I want to see how the crowd reacts. Are they going to cheer him? Are they just going to be very somber? How does that work?
I don't know. I guess it's hard to compare Bill Cosby to Michael Jackson because he was at least raping older women.
Yep.
I mean, adults. At least the allegations weren't children. But then again, you got people like Corey Feldman, Macaulay Culkin. I gotta say, if I was a pedophile in the 80s and 90s and I had Macaulay Culkin sleeping over all the time,
he's the one.
That would be the golden goose.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, he's famous.
He's the most molestable.
Yeah. There we go. Let's get our fucking monetization out of here.
It's gone. It's already been gone since the Israel joke.
So and he's vehemently saying vehemently. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
Whatever. Saying that Michael didn't do anything. So I don't know. Well, then again, I wasn't at the house.
How do you feel about belly buttons? This was a question that we received.
I'm indifferent. I don't like. Have you seen an Audi, like a real Audi?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Audis.
Like an inch long Audi. Have you seen that?
That's disgusting. It's like a finger sticking out.
I'm not going to say who, but one of my cousins had. It was like
it just butchered.
It looked like a balloon, like when you tie a balloon off and you just got that knot sticking off. Like a fucking botch job. Like, what kind of doctor leaves that much belly button sticking out?
You ever want to just stick your tongue in there?
No.
Just go to town?
No. Nick and I are going on 9 years being together.
Me neither.
And I've licked every inch of her body other than the belly button. I've never had a. Every now and then I want to put her feet in my face. I'll do that. I'll sniff her armpits.
Okay. All right.
I'll rub that part of your leg where you're, the opposite side of your knee, the back of your leg there. Mm-hmm. I like rubbing that every now and then, but I've never had an inkling to go in the belly button. You like belly buttons?
Sometimes.
Really? Like doing what? Like you put a little finger in there?
You spread it out, and then
spit on it.
Spit on it, and you stick your tongue on in there, and who knows where it goes from there. Well,
getting yelled at.
We're getting asked questions, and we're giving you answers.
Hey, I mean, belly buttons are cool. It's just not. It's not high on my list of priorities.
It's not like the flipping baby off fetish.
Yeah. Well, see, we got that one there. But then again, I don't know. I shouldn't. Maybe it's just who I am. But I went directly to a sexual situation. I could just be a guy that admires dudes' belly buttons. Like I could just be like, that guy's got a cool belly button.
Okay.
I mean, that's a thing, right?
I guess, yeah.
Who asked this?
Doesn't matter. It's a listener.
I got some questions for that listener. What else did they say?
Let's see what else we got. We also have, let me get to that one momentarily. The eggs conspiracy.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what's happening with the eggs.
I'd love to hear it.
Avian flu. Bird flu. Also, I was talking to someone on Reddit
okay,
who said he was a chicken farmer.
All right.
So I went on his page, and he had a lot of things about chickens on there, just saying. And he said that the cost of bird feed went up, and the cost of cartons for the eggs went up.
True.
Like 4 times or 5 times or something like that.
Now, a few weeks ago, I was actually at a bird expo, and I was talking to a guy who sold chickens.
Anyone who doesn't know you would think you're lying right now.
I'm not lying. I swear to God. It was in Pomona, at the Pomona Fairplex. I went. But anyway, I talked to this guy who bred, like, these fancy roosters. And I was just talking to him, just want to, like, get inside of this guy's head. Like, you know, this guy fucking breeds fancy chickens. Let's talk to him. He was saying that he has a backyard coop with, like, you know, standard, I forget what they were called, but basically just regular chickens. And he was saying that the cost of the feed went up and the ingredients changed. And he told me that as soon as they changed the ingredients, his chickens stopped laying eggs.
Is everyone just getting their food from the same person?
You've got like these are like mass-produced feed companies, like Town and Feed or some shit like that is usually what they're called, like a feed store.
Yeah.
One of those farm places. But he was saying that like every mass-produced chicken feed has like these new ingredients. He didn't really specify on what they were. We only talked for like 5 minutes. But I thought it was pretty interesting. He also said that after he realized that they stopped laying eggs, he said he had like 60 chickens, and none of them were laying eggs. And that was like that's like the common factor, the food. So he said he switched over to just feeding them like mealworms and shit like that. And as soon as he switched the diet, everybody started laying eggs again.
Okay.
So is this a fucking conspiracy or what is going on?
New business idea. We're going to open up a mealworm factory.
What if we do that and then Big Chicken Feed assassinates us?
Then you heard it first, folks. You heard it first, folks. We are going to get assassinated by
chicken farmers.
Big chicken feed producers.
Yeah. Beyond that, I doubt that you heard about this. I know that you didn't hear about this. Last week,
I heard about that.
100,000 chickens died in a fire in a chicken factory in Connecticut. What caused the fire?
Is that true?
It's true.
I feel like I might have heard something about that.
All right, how did it happen?
I don't know. Fucking a cord split. There's an electrical fire. I don't know.
The official cause was mysterious fire.
Where'd you get that news from?
I saw it on Reddit. I clicked the link, and there was a bunch of different articles on it.
Oh, damn.
I'll post them right now. I'm editing this one. Let's go. But yeah, so what do you think about that? Are they killing chickens? What the fuck's going on? Is somebody like so rich that they're just like, let's just fuck with everybody and like fuck with like the whole food supply chain?
I think
that's something I might do if I was like hyper rich, if I was bored.
No, but that would put. You'd have to think that would put a lot of people either out of business or, there has to be some serious repercussions from this whole egg situation.
Well, beyond that, 100,000 chickens, you don't think that that's going to slightly cause the price of chicken in the United States to rise?
Which it has.
Yes, it has. Everything's gone up. But yeah, chickens have always historically have been known as the cheaper alternative when it comes to meat.
Well, I think maybe there. I mean, the conspiracy theorist in me. Maybe someone's starting to shake shit up. I mean, shit like this just doesn't happen all the time. Every now and then there's like a swine flu situation. But even when that happened, I don't really remember.
Well, with this avian flu that you were talking about a minute ago, they went out and like killed a bunch of chicken farmers' chickens for like they're like, well, they could get it, they don't have it, but like we're just gonna kill them just to be sure. Damn. They also did not compensate them.
Hey.
So it's like, you're a chicken farmer and your job, your livelihood depends on these chickens, and then the government comes in and they're like, hey, you have to kill 75% of your chickens. And you're like, hey, how am I gonna like survive? And they're like, I don't know.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, it's like this avian flu was like the COVID, or the real COVID for chickens.
The chicken COVID.
Chicken COVID.
The chicken COVID.
Chicken COVID. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just really weird. There's a lot of weird things going on, and I just want low-priced eggs and chicken because those are like two of my favorite foods.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many eggs I ate until we stopped buying them. I put an egg ban in my house.
No eggs
for like
None.
3 weeks.
Get out.
Yeah, Nick finally caved and she bought us two 18 racks of eggs, homie. It was like $25 or something ridiculous.
Damn, Hammy.
Yeah, we
Dude, there's so many things you could do with eggs. Like,
Yeah.
There's nothing better than like a buttered up, you butter up that bread, get like 2 fried eggs, throw that bitch up in there, maybe pan fry a little bit of turkey or some chicken. It's a nice little fucking stoner sandwich.
Yeah, I've been doing breakfast sausage, 1 egg. Usually it's 2 eggs, but I got to make these stretch.
See how different of a meal that we just talked about was? The versatility of eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just getting it started. You want to make burgers? You got to put. I just learned you got to put eggs in the fucking meat.
Ground beef.
Yeah,
and you just learned this.
Yes. And I made burgers. Last time I saw you Saturday night. I'm sorry, I saw you yesterday when we got on the PJ. But before this excursion, the
PJ.
Saturday night,
private jet.
I went home and made burgers, and I didn't put eggs. That's how recently I learned. I learned about it the next day, Sunday. Wow. I was on TikTok. That's my TikTok time, Sundays.
Okay.
In the mornings, early.
Okay.
Like 5 a.m.
What time though?
Like 5:15.
Okay.
A.m. Anyways, I learned that on TikTok.
Dude, I'm so sick of TikTok for a variety of reasons. But I just want cheap eggs. I want cheap chickens, and knock it off, whoever's.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, first of all, give us a lot of money
and stop playing games.
And stop. And you know what? You can keep playing games if you do the first thing we asked. Right? Give us a bunch of money, and I don't care how much eggs are.
Well, I'm still gonna care.
I'm not gonna care.
I'm what you would call a little Jew boy. Can I say that?
Shit.
I pinch my pennies.
Penny pinch.
Even if I am a trillionaire, I'm still gonna want the best deal. You know what I mean? Have you ever bartered with like somebody from India or like of Indian ancestry?
No.
And it's not a racist thing. That's just like part of like the culture there. Like, have you ever been to India?
No, I think we're going next week though.
Okay. Well, I've spent a lot of time in India, and if you go to like buy something, it's never like a set price. Like there's the given price, and then like you talk to them, you're like, oh, how about this? And like they'll work with you.
I do like bartering when I can.
Well, that's just that's how it goes. That's the way she goes in
India.
Yeah.
Well, let's go there next week.
Trying to think of a city in India.
I am below the influence.
Well, aren't we all?
We can't think. Dubai. Nope.
Come on.
We can't. Between the two of us, we can't think of a single city in India.
This is really ridiculous. New Delhi. That's one. That's like the biggest city. But I got one. All right. So we got another question from the audience here. Most of the topics tonight seem to be that, but I think before we get into that, I think you had some questions.
Yeah, these are from the audience as well.
Okay.
What would you write a book about?
What would I write a book about? Caught me on the spot. I would write a book about a man.
Okay. What's he doing?
And this man was born in the slums of the favelas of Brazil, right?
Okay.
Now, he looks very racially ambiguous, okay? And all his life, he was treated like shit, lived off the streets, but he always had a love for food. And then he comes to America somehow, some way. He works for, let's say, this gentleman worked for the fruit company. What's that big one?
Dole?
Chiquita.
Chiquita Banana?
Yep. He works for Chiquita Banana, right? He gets a job stacking crates or something. And
These crates need to be stacked.
And then somehow he sneaks onto this banana boat, let's say.
Okay.
And he comes to America, and he decides to go to a place he's never been to, and he ends up in Sweetwater, Tennessee.
All right.
And when he gets there...
Isn't Tennessee landlocked?
When he gets there... he decides to tell everybody that he's actually Mexican because he recognizes that there is a lack of good Mexican food in the Sweetwater, Tennessee area.
Yeah, that happens.
And then he becomes the biggest Mexican business owner in the state of Tennessee.
Is this the story of the man who brought Taco Bell to the Americas?
No, I was just looking at that Taqueria de Anda bag, and I just kind of came up with the rest of that. But that's what I would write a book about.
That would be a good... Here, I'll cheers to that book.
Oh, God, that's number 3.
Well, when's the last time you've gotten drunk in the middle of a food court at a mall? Right outside the...
You want the real answer?
Yeah, I can see the Hot Topic. We got GameStop in the far corner, and of course, Foot Locker.
I do like feet.
Yeah, where's the Hand Locker at?
It's a store for gloves.
It's the glove store, mittens. All different type. What's your favorite type of glove?
I don't know if I really have. I think the only time I've ever worn gloves in my life is, when I had a shaved head. Gloves. Gloves were kind of part of the uniform.
Gotcha.
And I do remember one.
Was that to hide your fingerprints?
Kind of, but it was also cold.
Okay. We live in California.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like 72 degrees outside. It's freezing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so that's what you've got. You got any more questions for?
Oh yeah, the audience. We've got a bunch from them this weekend.
Okay, let's shoot them out.
Every time it's the weekend.
It's the weekend. I think I'm
Are
the
people
weekend
putting too much on
Toronto.
social media?
Yes, including myself. We all do it.
I've been, I agree, and I've been really, I don't know, I'm in a phase right now where I'm not really posting too much. I mean, you remember I used to post all the time, and these days it's like, God, they're stealing again. You got caught stealing. It's like a chore to put shit online these days. But I do see, and I think it's because I'm turned off to how much people are sharing. Especially if they're kids, man. Like, we don't need to be a part of your kids every single milestone.
I hear that changes, though, like, once you have kids. Like, you just want to be like, look at my baby, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this. This is from me.
That's true.
So I don't know.
I didn't think of it that way.
I thought the same way. I was like, dude, I don't fucking care about your baby.
About your fucking kids.
But, I don't know. I don't have any kids yet, so who knows? Maybe when I do have kids.
Well, you do have that kid in Vegas.
6 of them.
I'm a godfather 6 times over.
Well, one of their godfathers is Diaz. I was really drunk.
Oh, man.
But you got 5 of them, so that's pretty good.
God forbid their mother dies and I inherit all of your kids.
They all have different mothers, so.
Thank God.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. What was the question?
Are people putting too much on social media?
Yes, they are. And I'll tell you why. Because most people don't give a shit about what's going on in your life. And beyond that, think about people that lived back in like the 50s and the 60s. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. You saw John down the street. He looks like he's doing good.
Hey, John.
He's probably living the worst life that he possibly could.
No, we're not talking. This guy's name is actually.
There's 7 people here named John. My grandpa, who lived in Indiana, was named John.
God.
But yeah, these people back in the day were probably living terrible lives quietly, and now they're just on social media every day trying to tell you how good their life is.
Yeah.
Even though it's not.
And that's another thing that I really I'm like kind of despising doing is faking. I mean, not to say my life isn't great, but
faking the funk.
I feel like sometimes I would in the past maybe dramatize things or you
got that main character syndrome.
Yeah. And these days I'm kind of like just kind of turned off from the whole idea.
Well, we're also getting older, so maybe it's that.
I really hope not, though, because I always thought when I was younger that I'd always kind of stay hip to what's going on. But the older I get, the more I'm just like, I just want to like smoke weed and make music and hang out with my friends.
What's
and my
crazy
girl
about me is the older I get, the hipper I get.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, I've gotten very hip.
Yeah.
So that's why I've got Riz.
You're rizzed out, but
for real.
I got Max Nectar.
I heard that was a 2022 thing.
So is Riz.
But Riz got revamped in 2023.
They carried it over.
So the Nectar.
Rest in peace to the Nectar. All right, okay. If you're Rizzed, I'm razzed, baby.
Oh shit.
Is cereal soup?
That brings me to my next question from our audience: Japanese internment camps.
It's a question.
That's just what it said. It's just.
Okay. Yeah, we did. But we weren't killing them.
That's true.
They were just, hey, you guys.
But they also were American citizens.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But at the same time,
kind of a bummer. That's a violation of the 4th Amendment, my friend.
We'll see. The thing is, at that time, conspiracies were at an all-time high. Everyone was scared. We had just got fucked up at Pearl Harbor. It's fucked up to say. I don't blame America for what they did, especially for how they did it. It's not like we were Hitlering them, We took the same idea and just kind of put them away for a bit and said, hey, once the war's over, you're good. But they're nothing like, prisoners of war in other countries. Like, you talk to these Americans that come back from other countries, motherfuckers are waterboarded and all kinds of tortured shit.
Well, it's war, so, it's never going to be pretty. But, America is supposed to be the exception to the rule, And I think it's just kind of an ugly blemish
Yeah,
on our history.
Since, I don't know.
Probably the worst.
When was the last time America, between, Pearl Harbor, or was there any other foreign attack that was like that on American soil?
9/11.
Before that, I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing. I'm not sorry.
Was 9/11 even an outside job?
We could talk about 9/11. We could talk. It's starting to sound like we could talk about 9/11. We could talk about the steel beams. We could talk about that.
Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, after I pay, I'm like, have a fantastic day. And I look them in the eye. Never forget 9/11. I swear to God, I've been doing this. I've been doing this a lot.
What do they say?
They never know what to say. They're like, I won't. One of them says, I won't. They just drive it. They're going to remember that at the end of their day, like when they're at home and they're washing their face. They're like, what the fuck was it? Like, what? This Mexican dude in a nice Charger, which I believe was Destroyer Gray. I think that was the paint color on the vehicle. He asked me about 9/11.
It's fucked up is that one day you're going to get to a point in age where, like, they don't.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Right.
So they never forget.
Yeah. And all you fuckers in Indianapolis, never forget. Indianapolis? Is it Indian? What did I say?
Indianapolis.
There's nothing fucking to do here. There's no NASCAR. I was hoping to catch a race, but you think that's like a year-long thing, but that's not a year-long thing.
We have the Colts NFL team.
I think the Super Bowl's next week, so no one's playing right now.
I don't know. The Chiefs are going at it. My dad's from Kansas. So
oh yeah,
KC Mo. I've been there.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think so.
Maybe. So.
I don't know. Maybe.
I know that they were up against the.
Let us know.
What's the team from Ohio?
From Ohio?
Yeah.
Is there a team in Ohio? Cleveland. The Browns. Cleveland Browns.
That's not hitting what I'm thinking. Okay.
Bengals, maybe?
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
The nasty, natty Bengals.
God, I used to work at this company. It was one of their main offices in Ohio. Ohio, excuse me. And you'd speak to these people, man, and you can tell they were missing teeth. You can tell that they didn't have a full rack of ribs on their sandwich. And that's, I don't know about Ohio. I've never been.
That's different than
Cincinnati?
Yeah. A little bit different.
Cincinnati and Ohio?
Cincinnati's in Ohio, but Cincinnati is its own creature.
Oh.
The Nasty Natty is known to be the Nasty Natty.
They were all natty dogs.
That's true as well, but I don't know.
No, I'm saying all the people I was speaking with, it was based in Cincinnati. So
okay. I'm sorry.
They were nasty natties.
Oh, so these were all Nadians.
Nadadians.
Nadadians.
Nasty Nadadians, yeah. And they all... And then, for some reason, our work decided to open up like a Facebook for the employees, and you'd start to see these people that you were speaking with, and it got really weird.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
If you're doing phone sales, you probably don't want to see the people that you're talking to because it changes everything.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No.
I mean, you could.
It puts a person to the voice.
It does. It makes them real.
Yeah.
It's not just a prospect anymore. Makes them something different. Well, all right. Well, that's all we have on Japanese internment camps.
What era would you go to and why? This is from Caesar.
Well, if I was
Caesar in Montana,
Whitefish.
Caesar,
Whitefish, Montana. Okay, so do I get to choose my race and my gender?
Sure.
If I was a white male, 1950s U.S. by far. That's like the best time that humans have ever had on this planet that we know of historically. Why? Because it could have done anything that they wanted.
But why the 50s? What was going on then?
It was the huge boom after World War II. There was just so much money going around. You could be a janitor at a random place and earn enough to buy a large home and support a family of 6 if you wanted to. Maybe even more.
You got a family of 6.
I do. A lot of them are old. So one of them's older than me, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
hate when that happens. Okay, so a white man in the 1950s.
That's where I would go. I mean, I'm also a little impaired at the moment,
Sure.
So that's kind of where my mind goes. A male in the 1950s, I feel, had it better than anybody ever because they had new modern amenities, microwaves. The wife stayed at home.
See, that's another question. Would you have your own brain, like your own consciousness when you do this? Because, like,
I would hope so.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, going from laptops and iPads to, like,
I could
What
live
the
with
fuck is a rotary phone?
the trade-off. I think would be okay. But if you sent me to like the 1500s, there's no microwaves or.
Yeah. That's, you know, and a
What
lot
do
of
you
people,
mean I don't
a lot
have,
of people think about and glamorize like the medieval times and shit. It's like,
That's
yo,
terrible.
you realize they weren't like showering. That wasn't a thing.
You take a shower once every month, whether you need it or not.
Yeah, and shitting, come on. What do you think they were wiping with? You think they had toilet paper? What do you think they wiped with in the 50s? You think they had like toilet paper?
In the
like we do now?
Yeah, they had fucking toilet paper. What the fuck? Yes. It was only 80 years ago, Mel.
Jesus Christ, I guess so. I was thinking they had cloths or something like.
They had toilet paper,
like,
dude.
like ass cloths.
No, they had my boy. They had toilet
the
paper.
mom would have to wash the family's ass cloths.
Oh god.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I mean, maybe like
in the 50s. Yeah, I took an L for that one. You're gonna have to put a big L on my forehead there.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. I don't know, man.
You do know there was definitely toilet paper in the 50s.
I hope so.
I would go to the 80s as me. I would be like 21 and 82 and just ride through the 80s.
How old would you be today, though?
See, you know what? I was actually kind of thinking that while I was saying it. I was like, damn, then I'd be like one of those loser fucks who, you know, man, the 80s, bro.
You always see like those older like punkers or like rockabillys, and like they still listen to the same music that was like big in their time. And it's funny, but I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, these guys are just like they're trying to stick on to like what makes them happy.
Yeah.
And should we knock them for that?
I mean, I don't knock anyone for pretty much anything.
You know what I mean? Though, like
those
50-year-old like rockers.
Yeah.
They're still like showing up to like the shows.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when
but
I
like
see them, I look at them
have
and
like
I'm
a
like,
job. Like they have like a good job, but
I'm like, give it up, dude. But then at the same time, I'll probably be there. Like I don't really imagine a life that I would live without going to see live music at least 73 times a year.
It's a lot of times.
I mean, realistically, I could probably go to like 40 shows a year. 30 shows? 30 shows.
I think I've been to like
post-COVID 30
4
shows.
shows in like the last 5 years.
Oh. Well,
I've been to like 10 in total in my life. So,
but I'm like a music guy, you know.
So am I.
Well, I mean, I play music. So some shows I go and I play and then I watch.
I used to rap.
I know. I was there. I was there from the beginning. I was there at the beginning and the end.
You're saying I'm not a music guy now?
Well, I'm just saying, like, sometimes I have to play gigs.
You're saying that you're more musically inclined than myself.
I mean...
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, yeah.
In this mall. In front of all these people, that's what you're telling me?
All 7 of these people who are just still watching. We don't have samples this time. They're just really just standing around.
Honestly, we probably should have gone to, like, Cinnabon and just, like, ordered, like, a platter and just, like, put it on the table.
We should go to Cinnabon, get as many free samples as they'll give us, and then sell them right in front of them.
How far is Nebraska? Let's go there next. There's a lot going on there.
Maybe we can go see Saul.
We can go to North Platte, Nebraska.
What have you been watching recently? When you were on the PJ, what were you watching on your way over here?
I'm rewatching Better Call Saul.
Number 4 now?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Damn, you love that show, huh?
Honestly, I think it's better than Breaking Bad at this point.
You know what? I'm kind of in that phase with Fear the Walking Dead. That's my Better Call Saul. I think it's better than The Walking Dead. The story, man, and it's so much more realistic. Mm-hmm. Although it's getting into a point where it's kind of like really repetitive. Like, oh my God, something crazy happened, and one person's like, man, that was crazy. I gotta go on my own now.
Yep.
And then they go on their own, and halfway through they're like, this was a mistake. So then we spend 4 episodes of them trying to get back to each other, and then they get back to each other, and they're like, man, life is okay. And then something crazy happens, and then one person's like, man, I'm going to go off on my own. And it just like repeats over and over again. They're getting kind of washed up there. They might have jumped the shark, but the first 4 seasons were great.
That sounds like too many seasons. I think like 5, 6 seasons. Like after Breaking Bad did it, like in 6, it's like, okay, this can be done.
Yeah. No, after season 4, Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm pretty sure The Walking Dead jumped the shark around
Anything
that time.
after 6 seasons feels like money grabbing.
Other than It's Always Sunny. It's Always Sunny. They didn't really get big until like season like 10, 11.
Did you hear the good news?
What's that?
King of the Hill got revived.
Oh, wow.
They're
how
bringing
many
it back.
seasons did they have?
They had 13, and the last few were pretty bad because Mike Judge was not involved. They brought in like some shitty characters like Lucky. But yeah, no.
What's up, big dog?
Hulu picked it up. I'm not really sure what the new premise is. Is it going to just be like everybody's the same age. Are they going to be older? I don't know.
They might do the Beavis and Butthead thing and make it's just
Yeah, but that's very promising if that's true, because I subscribed to Paramount Plus just to watch the new Beavis and Butthead movie.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. It was way better than, did you see the first movie?
Of course.
It was great. It was amazing. It's a classic. So this was paralleled to that.
Wow.
Like, I don't say that lightly. I was actually pretty impressed.
I'm actually writing this down. So I have a list of movies that I watch or want to watch while I'm tripping on mushrooms or acid, and
Okay.
both of those movies just got added to that list. Did you watch the Bill and Ted revival?
I was never a fan of Bill and Ted.
Yeah, neither was I. I think we might have been too young for that.
Yeah, I think we're a few years off. I don't know. It wasn't my thing. Everybody talks about the Goonies, too, and I'm like, yeah, it came out like 84.
That one I did like.
I didn't care for that. My mom showed me when I was a kid. I remember her buying the VHS tape, like at Hot Topic, to like be like, I'm going to show you kids like a real movie, and it was not.
My first memory of the Goonies was product of a single mom. So I'd always be in like daycare or babysitting or some type of program before and after school. And I was coming into one of those after school programs after school. And remember, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you had really those after school programs, but in my after school programs, we had like our school, like where we would have the regular school year, and then we would have other students who were in like their summer was, do you remember what I'm talking about? Their summer was like, it was called year-round school.
No.
And their summer was like, they would have a full month of December was like their summer, and then they would be in school. You know what I mean? So they would like be on their summer break while I'm coming. So one of the times I came back in, coming from school to the after-school program, and one of the kids was walking out crying because he got in trouble and they wouldn't let him watch the Goonies. And it was really important to him to watch. Like he kept, and I couldn't watch the Goonies, and I had never seen it. And then years later, my mom bought it. Similar situation, and I loved it. I adored it.
I will say this. When I was in second grade, do you remember Scary Stories?
To Tell in the Dark, yeah.
All right. So our teacher, Mrs. Marcotti, would read these books, and I loved everything about it. Like, I remember her reading them in October of 1998. So I was like, 7? And I absolutely loved the storytelling that she did. Like, she really got into it. Showed us the pictures, and no internet yet, so it's just like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And this one girl, I remember her name, Marie Pham, was terrified of these, and she would always cry. And then I remember Mrs. Marcotti's like, you can go sit outside or go to the principal's office because you're ruining it for all the other kids. And I agree with Mrs. Marcotti's stance on this, because anyway, Marie went home, cried to her parents, and her parents complained to the school. The books got banned.
Damn.
No scared stories to tell in the dark.
There's no scary stories.
Very
tell
scary.
in the dark.
I was very upset. I'm still mad about that because it fucked up my October 1998.
You couldn't check them out at the library?
Oh. No, they were gone, man.
Oh, bummer.
You can't even talk about them. If you brought them up, you were in trouble.
Oh.
Goosebumps was already on the cusp. It's like, if you take Goosebumps from me in 1998.
What are you guys coming for next, Animorphs?
I think that's what made me a libertarian.
Goosebumps? Oh,
no. When they took, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's collective punishment, which is actually illegal under the Geneva Convention of 1946, 1947.
It's not wartime. It's school.
It doesn't matter. That's a war crime, Mel. It's a war crime.
They took away my books.
I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I had a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark phase for a minute, and I think there's like 3 or 4 of them.
I read them all. They were so good.
They were super good.
So good.
If you laugh when a hearse goes by, you'll be the first to die.
I think it really kind of shaped my humor, though, too. Very dark. And
what was your favorite Scary Story to Tell in the Dark, or what's the first one you remember?
The first one that comes to mind is the family that went to Mexico.
Dude, the dog in Mexico.
Dude,
you took it. I wanted. You know what? I should have been like 1, 2, 3, and we would have said the same thing. Fuck that one, dude. When they find out this is just a large rat, I was like, what?
Yeah, dude, that fucking.
I threw the book down. I was like, what?
That blew my 7-year-old mind, which Michael Jackson would have loved to have done.
Yeah, that is the one. That is my one too.
I also do remember like the big toe. I don't really remember what it was about, but like I remember the artwork, like a big toe like sticking out of the ground like a fucking ripe carrot.
You remember the Scarecrow one?
I do, dude.
Fucking slaughtered everybody.
The art on that one was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so the last topic that I have is Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, what's going on with him?
So Mr. Beast put out a video of he's going to cure 1,000 people with blindness.
Okay.
And I'm sure he's making them play a game. I didn't actually watch the
Hold
video.
on. What?
He's curing 1,000 people that are blind.
Okay.
He's paying for their surgeries or their medical care, whatever they need. 1,000 people, they're going to be cured. They can see again, or for the first time ever.
I thought once you go blind, you never go back.
I don't really know too much about eyes. I just know I use them, but I don't know too much about them.
Wait.
I'm assuming that there's like...
This will mark our 20th year of friendship, and you mean to tell me you know nothing about eyes?
I use them.
You've had me fooled all these years. I thought you were going to be the optician.
You gotta do it, man.
What is it?
I don't know. I was thinking of that word, but I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try.
Go ahead. So Mr. Beast is curing blindness. What the fuck?
All right, so Mr. Beast is curing 1,000 people with blindness, and a lot of people are very upset because they say that he's playing with people's health, and they're saying that he's making a game out of it. There's some people going as far as saying that he is the Antichrist. He's curing people of their sicknesses like the anti-Jesus would do. And he's secretly evil. I don't know.
I mean, that would be kind of fucked up. Like he plays like a game of hide and seek with 1,000 blind people, and the last person wins. Or I don't know.
I've watched a few of his videos, and they are kind of fucked up.
I mean, he really loves hunting people.
He really does. I watched one the other day where he.
This is actually the same mall that he. We'll put a clip of the video. He was. Did you see that? He was doing hide and seek in the mall.
That. Okay, yeah.
This is that mall.
Hunting people down. He's like, I'm too tired. You guys do it.
Yeah, and then he sends his minions.
I watched one the other day where it's like, all right, we're gonna pay this guy $10,000 a day for every day that he can stay in this room, and every day we're gonna take something out of this room.
Oh, you know what's funny about that is that I actually got in contact with that guy. That guy is a video editor, and I actually got in contact with him. Jake the Snake. Well,
Roberts. Jake the Snake Rope.
No, that's his name, like online.
Okay.
Is it Jake the Snake? Nick the Snake. I'm sorry. And he was working for a YouTuber I follow, Leon Lush, and then got picked up by Mr. Beast and was like, peace. And so now he's an editor for Mr. Beast. But I actually spoke with him in regards to editing our videos, and this was right before he got picked up. But he knew he got picked up. He's like, sorry, dog. I got bigger fish to fry. So now he's working for Mr. Beast. But
that's a pretty big gig. Well, I don't know if he's working for him, but at the time,
he is.
Okay,
he's one of his main editors.
Well, that's nice. At the time, they told him they'll pay him $10,000 a day, which sounds great. But then they start taking amenities from you, and Mr. Beast has to know like the amount of psychological damage that this will do to a person. Just put them in isolation. I mean, like I'd try to stay as long as I could, but the
$10,000 a day, I don't know. I think the $10,000 a day. It's not like
all right, here's one thing. He let the guy's girlfriend. He's like, "How much do you miss your girlfriend?" The guy's like, "I miss her so much." It's been like 90 days. He's like, "There's nothing in the world that I would do." He's like, "Well, instead of paying you $10,000 a day, we'll pay you nothing, but you get to see your girlfriend for 10 minutes."
Sure. I mean, he sweetened the pot for him a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But
I mean, you got to think of the monetary gain.
And then after 10 minutes, Mr. Beast and all of his friends show up. They're like, "Get out of here! Like,
get out of here, bitch!"
Yeah. They kick
We're gonna fuck your wife, bitch. Then he proposed to her at the end,
very unceremoniously. But yes.
No, I mean, he's doing a number of things. One, seeing what will people do for money, making great content, which fuels his money-making empire. I don't know. He started a fast food chain. I mean, the guy's working.
Very smart.
I'm not a huge fan, but I like his lane that he's in, and he's doing it. I can see though some weird aspects like the hunting thing and the,
Didn't he do like a real life Hunger Games?
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Real life Willy Wonka, and. I don't know. I mean, it's just in the way you frame it and how you look at the content. To me, I see it as like, the guy's just consistently putting more money back into it. I mean, he's blessing motherfucking everybody. And people are getting money, and they don't have to do ridiculous shit. He just walks into a grocery store and say, "You follow Mr. Beast? Yes, here's $10,000."
Imagine like if like Walter White like somehow met Mr. Beast and he didn't have to like sell meth. What do you think the show would have ended up being?
of Mr. Beast and Walter White.
Well, yeah, just like Walter White's like, oh, I need to make meth, and like
I think it would have been like 2 episodes. One of him meeting Mr. Beast, figuring out what some weird game he has to play, and then the second episode would be the game, and then he would win the money because he's the hero, and then he wouldn't have cancer anymore, and he'd be able to live. No, that wasn't the problem. He wanted to have enough money to. Oh yeah, he might have had to do a couple of Mr. Beast challenges.
So, like in America right now, the only way to get out of poverty is to meet Mr. Beast.
Yeah, we got a meeting with him next week.
That's it.
He's gonna meet us in San Salvador.
Okay, why do we keep going there?
No, I'm sorry. Next week we're going to India. Week after that, San Salvador.
Okay.
Yeah, PJ got the fucking schedule all mixed up.
Fucking Paul Jakowski.
Jakowski. Yeah, that was a good one.
He's Polish.
Like him.
Okay. What else we got?
He's nice.
Very nice.
I like you. I think at this point, I got enough questions in.
No more.
Yeah, I really got to fucking use the pisser. Mm-hmm. And the security guards haven't kicked us out, though.
I think they're just happy to have people here.
Yeah, I mean, they...
Like, I don't know if you guys can hear at home, but, like, there's a little bit of a buzz behind us, but, like, there's not that many people here.
Yeah.
There's not as much as there should be.
I mean, if you are, used to an Orange County or Southern California type of mall situation, this is not that.
No. I mean, malls in their heyday, I think, were an absolutely beautiful place of capitalism and commerce and just everything was mutually beneficial because you're buying things and it's helping the economy and there's all these small business owners, especially like at the food court. And nowadays, I think of a place like the Orange Mall, which used to be just poppin'. It had like an arcade and like a movie theater, and now it's just a shell. Or the Westminster Mall. I'm thinking of Orange County.
Yeah.
But, these places that used to be full of glory are just former shells of themselves. And I think that malls are going to be a thing of the past within the next 5 to 10 years.
Just to kind of put it into perspective for the audience, when we walked in, there was a cart there selling half-smoked packs of cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying only 10 cigarettes are in a pack. I'm saying it's a full pack of 20 cigarettes, but each cigarette is half-smoked.
They're getting creative.
And I'm like, did you just pick these out of an ashtray? I don't know what they did. But it's really, they're getting very desperate. You can't swipe your card anywhere around here. I was getting money out of an ATM, and for some reason it looked really bulky when you put the card in. And I kind of just yanked a little bit, or just kind of pushed on the where you put your card in, and the whole thing just fell off. And there was an actual card reader on top of where you, and they actually took all of the money. So I don't have any money to pay PJ to get home.
Does PJ know this?
I'm telling you now, so I'm gonna need you to front me for the private jet.
I also use that ATM.
Oh no! You can't even imagine how many $1 bills you spend at a shitty strip club in Indianapolis at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. We had a layover after leaving the PJ. We didn't know what to do. We got real silly. We got real silly. I spilled what's called a Loco Moco all over my shirt. For those who are not familiar, that is an egg on top of a hamburger with cheese. Typically you get it at Hawaiian joints, but sometimes you can find them at a Filipino joint.
There's rice on there.
And there's rice in there as well.
Gravy.
So thank you. And I spilled that all over my white shirt that had Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern on it. And I was pretty upset because that was my only shirt with Beetlejuice on it.
Did I tell you last week I spilled codeine on my white silk pants?
I was there. You just forgot because I
was on codeine.
Exactly. Well, what had happened?
I had my Sunday's best.
And you got mad that it was spilled on your silk pants. So to really sock it to codeine itself, you did a double. And you said, I'm going to drink more of you for fucking my day up. And
I did.
And then we watched wrestling. And then we wrestled. You want to take a shot?
Oh, my God.
No? Well, I'm going to take this shot before the security guards kick us out. Indianapolis.
We love you.
We love you. It's been a ride. It's been a wild ride. I can't feel my legs.
The water here is there's something about it. Indianapolis, I will probably never come back. Go Colts. I don't know.
I will never come inside of you again.
I'll get you pregnant, Indianapolis. I'm coming.